What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Monday, if there is such a thing. You know, I always look forward to Mondays because, started out like 2016 Mondays. We started doing live streams at 9 o'clock, well before everybody started doing it. And we've been doing that almost every Monday and Friday night ever since. Very few times have we missed it, so I hope you tune in and honor me with your presence. But sitting here thinking, we've got a whole lot of stuff that's going on with our Cowboys. As always, we know Dalton Schultz right now is a little bit miffed about the lack of the contract getting done, a long-term deal, and of course he signed the franchise tag, and in essence there's really not much he can do about it. You can have a hissy fit, but in the end the NFL owns you. They own your rights. There's nothing that you can do other than this is like a little protest, mini protest so to speak, because there's only two voluntary workouts left, and that's this week. Next week it's 3-day minicamp, and that's where it's mandatory. And then when you start sitting out that's when it starts costing you money that is non-refundable. And in the end, you holding out is not going to help your cause, because you could hold out, lose money, and you can say, I'm just not going to play next, this season. They'll still own your rights for another year. And very rarely have we seen anybody hold out and, it's been for the better. But be that as it may, that's not why I started doing this video. People have different philosophies on OTAs. The Cowboys want to use as many as possible. Last year, they actually got fined and lost the practice because they actually got too physical. On the other end of the spectrum, you have a team like the Philadelphia Eagles that's basically saying, we don't need no stinking practice. They're only going to have 6 OTA practices when they could have a maximum of 10, and no minicamp. They believe that they don't need practice and they don't want to get anybody hurt. And I guess, I think it was Brandon Brooks a couple of years ago ended up, and he's just since retired, in OTAs a couple of years ago, ended up tearing his knee up. So maybe they're thinking we don't want to risk guys getting injured. I personally think that half of the injuries that we see now are because players don't practice as much as they used to. They don't have the tackling skills and the forms and things like that they end up just trying to deliver a blow and use their head as a weapon. And I think that's why we see so much concussions. But be that as it may, the Cowboys, through OTAs and what we've been able to piece together on the practices that we've had people out there watching them and things, is we're looking at maybe the offense being a little bit more dynamic. We're seeing some different things from between what they've drafted and the personnel, and also what they may be forced to because of losing Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. We've seen a lot of Tony Pollard out wide as a receiver. We've now also seen Tony Pollard and Zeke on the field together. So we're now looking at some more 2-back sets, which is 20 personnel. See, the way the numbers work as far as personnel goes, the first number is the number of running backs. Okay. The second number is the number of tight ends. So when I say 12 personnel, that means a 1 running back, 2 tight end set. If I say 22 personnel, that means it is 2 running backs and 2 tight end formation, which truly is, or traditionally truly is, a running formation. That's like a jumbo package, because then you only have 1 wide receiver. But here's where the Cowboys can get a little bit crafty. They can think a little bit outside the box, because you have Michael Gallup out, because you have Tony Pollard, who is a running back, also receiver type, and does so much good stuff in space. He's great hands. Of course, you've got CeeDee Lamb. Dalton Schultz, of course, if they get his contract squared away and that there's no issues there, you got Dalton Schultz, who can catch the football. So technically, you could be in a 20 personnel set and have 3 receivers. But wait, because you acted now, there's more. How about this? 22 personnel. 22. Where you have Zeke, Tony Pollard, Dalton Schultz, CeeDee Lamb, and Jake Ferguson. 22 personnel. Traditionally, that's a running formation. But with Tony Pollard, with Dalton Schultz, with CeeDee Lamb, you got 3 guys that can go out wide. Now, we'll see how Jake Ferguson fits. He declares himself as a guy who blocks and does more blocking. But he can catch the ball too. So technically, in that formation, you could actually have 5 guys as receivers. And what would end up getting the defenses to look at this and say, they come out in 22 personnel, you're not going to put nickel coverage out. You're not. What you're going to do is you're going to have a jumbo package, okay? You're going to put 8 men in the box, right? 8 men in the box because they got 2 tight ends that can block. They got 5 offensive linemen, and they got 2 running backs. Aha! If they come out in that package, then what do you do? What do you do? You go ahead and put Tony Pollard in motion, or you could shift, and all of a sudden your tight ends shift out, and your running back goes out, and now you have the advantages because you've got personnel that's trying to stop the run. And this is the kind of evolution that the Cowboys need to start having for their team to be successful, because so many times we were so predictable. And understand that a play is a play, but it's how you can design it. And there's usually not that many plays. It's really on how you set it up and how you make it look. And this is another one of those cases like 12 personnel where you got 2 tight ends, 1 back, that you can end up giving the defense a choice of what to defend and go the opposite of what they're doing. And we did not have enough of that last year, and I hope that we're starting to see some of that this year. OTAs have been good so far for the Cowboys. Hold on. And see, more than anything else, that's one of the Cowboys' problems is they're always too predictable. Too many times, it's kind of like the Dallas Cowboys just want to say, we're better than you, and we're just going to line up, and we're just going to beat you man on man. And that used to work when the Dallas Cowboys had the offensive line that they had back in the day, where they could literally say, we're running it right here, and we challenge you to stop it, because you couldn't, because they were that good. Now, because of free agency, the salary cap, and everything else, and talent being watered down, nobody has dominance like that with players. That's where coaching becomes that much more important, where you have to be crafty. And when you think about teams that are really good, the Sean McVays with the Rams, the 49ers with the Kyle Shanahans and stuff, it's not because that they necessarily have tons and tons of better people, although the Rams have a great roster. But they also have a mind that is playing where you are not. And we need to get that as well. So I hope you guys are having a great day, running some errands, getting back to the workshop, and got a lot of work to do in there as I get ready for the trip. And tonight we'll be doing another giveaway as a thank you for all the people that have donated to the cause. Shout out to Gene Jones. I don't know who Gene Jones is, but you did a $500 donation to the GoFundMe, so I appreciate that fully. That's going to help get a lot of stuff for us going for Stuart Smother. And I will see you guys later. Peace.